Hi everybody, I'm David and this is Wine Forecaster. Well, today I'm on the east side of Seneca Lake and I'm at Standing Stone Vineyards with the owner, one of the owners, and the winemaker, Marti Macinski. Marti, you own this with your husband, Tom, is that right?
I do.
How long have you two been doing this?
We started Standing Stone Vineyards. We bought the property in 1991, started making wine in 1993.
You chose two wines for us to take a look at today. Why don't you show us the first one?
All right, let's start with a red, which is kind of fun because it messes with people's heads because we are supposed to make white wines in the Finger Lakes. If I had a nickel for everybody that said you're all about white wines, you can't make red wines, I'd be rich.
Which one is this?
This is Saperavi, one of the oldest grapes known to people.
Okay.
I used to say known to man, but let's be generic. Originally planted in the Republic of Georgia,
Really?
I think Russia, over 8,000 years ago.
Wow.
As you can see, it makes a really dark red because it grew in Georgia, both in the sort of central coast area, their garden belt, if you will, or their, yeah, I guess they kind of call it sort of the central coast garden belt, but also up in the Caucasus Mountains. So it's very able to survive our cold winters,
Sure.
at least on this site, and it makes a nice deep red that has some rich flavors, and we're starting to change some heads with this variety, which is kind of fun. Closest comparison I can give people is sort of to the Côte d'Aron varieties, the tobacco, the cedar, that earthiness, and then instead of our blackberry, cherry type of flavors we think of in Cab Sauv or strawberry of Pinot, we taste much more plum, pomegranate, sort of those darker fruits. And people are just loving it. We've had great success with
I bet this would go really good with short ribs.
Yes, it would. We've tested that theory. And again, not what you're expecting in the flavors, much fuller body, much richer. And so I think you're going to see a lot more of this. Many people are interested in planting it. We've had some of the vines 20 years or more, and then we've been planting pretty extensively over the last 10 years.
Oh. Now you showed us the red one first.
Yep.
And after this, well, what's the next one?
Now we are going to dessert. You happened to mention the Vidal Ice, which for years actually was the grape that put us on the map. Vidal is a hybrid. It works beautifully for a dessert wine because it's got lovely natural acidity to balance all that sugariness.
Okay.
And now in the last few years, we've had Riesling take over. The Vidal Ice still does very well for us. It got us our first 90 in the Wine Spectator, but the Riesling is just rocking for everybody. And this just got a 91 in the Wine Spectator and a 92 in the Wine Enthusiast. So it's got a good track record. And if you'd like to have the classic pairing and put it with a little blue cheese, just in case you think dessert wine and dessert is way too much of a good thing, we do this frequently at the winery. And I've actually had a few people say, you know, I don't like dessert wine and I don't like blue cheese, but you put them together and I could eat that all day, eat and drink that all day long. Tell me what you smell.
Well, right off the bat is honey. Is it a nectarine? Yeah, so it's
a little citrusy. Sometimes as it opens up, this has just recently been bottled. As it opens up, we find we also head into sort of the lemon meringue flavor profile. So lemon, but with a real creamy edge to it, which is fun.
As a winemaker, you really work on your imagination skills, don't you? I mean, it's amazing, you know. And as soon as you say it, it's like, boom, that's what it was.
Right.
Let me ask you this: what do you get on your mouth?
Again, I think there is some citrusiness. There's a little tart, which is part of the magic. And I think a well-made dessert wine of any type, you need that acid to balance all the sugar. Otherwise, it just tastes like candy, sort of blah. But there's definitely the honey. I think there's also a little nuttiness, almost like a hazelnut in the background, which makes it interesting. And I think that helps these wines age really well.
Let's try a little of that blue cheese.
Do try. And this is a local blue cheese from Miranda Farms, right up the road. If you haven't been there, go. Really wonderful cheeses.
Oh, that goes really good.
Isn't that fun?
Did you figure this out?
Yeah. Well,
Very nice.
no. Decades of people writing about wines and sweet wines and what to have with them other than dessert. I think generally the dessert or the gorgonzola type blue cheeses.
I've never done blue cheese with
it's pretty cool.
with any type of ice style wine. So this is excellent.
And if you really want to wow your friends and you want to take it up a notch and still feel like dessert, then you put dried pears dipped in white chocolate with some blue cheese on the top.
Wow. What are your hours?
Monday through Friday we're open, Sunday through Friday, 11 to 5, and then Saturday we stay open an extra hour till 6.
Is that year round?
Yep.
And you have different events and whatnot going on all the time, so check the website for that?
Yep. There's the Seneca Lake Wine Trail events almost every month until late spring. And then we have vertical tastings 4 or 5 times a year and several barrel tasting events and cheese pairings.
Fantastic.
Come on in.
Well, Marti, thank you very much for your hospitality and for inviting us here to spend some time with you and showcasing some of your wines here. It's been a delight and a real treat for me. So I really do appreciate it.